Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello, Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir fans. Welcome to my Season 1, Episode 2 review of Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. Last time, I finished my Guardians of the Galaxy The Telltale series playthrough with the release of my 5th and final video in the Let's Play. Today, I'll be covering Season 1, Episode 2 of Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir, titled The Bubbler, which was released on October 20th, 2015 in France, and later aired in the US on December 6, 2015. The short synopsis of the episode is, Nino, voiced by Ben Diskin, wants to throw the perfect birthday party for Adrian. When failing to get permission from his strict father, Gabriel Agreste, voiced by Keith Silverstein, Nino is influenced by Hawkmoth and transforms into the Bubbler, a villain with the power to make adults disappear. I believe most fans don't really like this episode, so let's take a look at the episode to see whether I think it is a good or bad episode of Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. The episode begins at Marinette's home, where she's awoken by her alarm. Once she gets out of bed, she's pretty excited today because it's Adrian's birthday. Then a little while later, we see Marinette getting ready to leave for school when her mom, Sabine Chang, voiced by Felice Sampler, tells her to clean her room when she gets back. And she doesn't want to do it at first due to her plans and it being Friday, which I definitely can relate because it's Friday and I don't want to do shit like that on, a weekend day. But she eventually agrees to do it because her mom says her stuff will be fair game if she finds it while she's cleaning her room. We then cut to Adrian brushing his teeth while Plagg gives him a piece of camembert as a birthday gift. Adrian doesn't want it, so Plagg just pretty much eats it. Then a little later on, we see Adrian alone in the dining room eating breakfast. Then Natalie, voiced by Sabrina Wise, hands him his schedule for the day. He asks her if his father will allow him to have a birthday party, but unfortunately, he says no, with Adrian pretty much feeling sad, and wow, father of year right here. I mean, it's already shitty enough that he didn't even, eat breakfast with his son, but now he, won't even let him have a birthday party? It's parent of the year, am I right? We cut to Adrian and Nino at school, with Adrian telling him that his father said no to having a birthday party, and Nino's pretty surprised by this, but tells Adrian he will go talk to his father for him. While this is happening, Marinette struggles to give Adrian her gift, with Alia pretty much giving her support. We're then introduced to Chloe Bourgeois, voiced by Sela Victor, and her friend Sabrina, voiced by Marie Harrington. Chloe asks Sabrina if it's Adrian's birthday, and she says yes, with Chloe scolding her for not reminding her. She then goes up to Adrian, promising a gift, but tells Sabrina that she better go get it, or something bad's going to happen. And she pushes Marinette out of the way in the process, because Marinette's trying to give Adrian the gift, and she struggles to do it, and so she just shoves him. Adrian then leaves to go do a photo shoot, while Nino heads to Adrian's house to go talk to his dad. We cut to Marinette and Alia in front of Adrian's house to deliver his present. She succeeds, but forgets to sign her name on the present. Gabriel then asks Natalie who was at the door, with her telling him it was a friend delivering Adrian a birthday present. He asks her if she brought a present for him to give to Adrian, because he's a shitty dad and can't even remember his son's birthday. And she says he didn't ask him to, but Gabriel gets upset, telling her he did, so she tells him she'll take care of it, and then Nino rings the doorbell. She lets him in, and Nino talks to Gabriel about giving Adrian a birthday party, but he refuses, because he's a pretty crappy dad, as we established before. But Nino continues to try and persuade him, but he fails. And during this conversation, Adrian comes home, and pretty much just tells Nino to forget it, because he knows his dad, and his dad's not going to change his mind, and he's pretty stubborn. Gabriel gets angry over this and bans Nino from ever coming into his house again. So Nino pretty much leaves angry, and I don't blame him because he's trying to help out his friend and he wants to give Adrian a good time, and he has good points, but Gabriel just doesn't want to listen. And Adrian thanks him for trying and apologizes for his dad's outbursts, but it doesn't really help the situation. Nino goes to sit down on a park bench, blowing bubbles to pretty much calm himself down. But after seeing a parent being strict with his child, he pretty much gets even more upset. And then we cut to Hawkmoth, who senses his anger and decides he will be his next victim.
Desperate to help his friend, but feeling powerless. How frustrating. It won't be long before frustration turns to anger. Fly away, my little Akuma, and evilize him!
Hawkmoth sends an Akuma after him, which possesses his bubble bottle, and Hawkmoth tells him that he will help him get rid of the adults in exchange for Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous. He accepts and transforms into the bubbler.
Hawkmoth is my name, and Bubbler is now yours. I will help you with these horrid adults, and all you have to do in return is help me get something from Ladybug and Cat Noir. Yes, Hawkmoth.
The bubbler goes all over Paris, capturing the adults in his bubbles, sending them into the sky. We then cut to Marinette enjoying her lunch, until her parents get captured in bubbles, and she transforms into Ladybug.
Your parents! Hawkmoth must have released another Akuma! I've got to find his newest villain ASAP! Tiki Spots On!
The bubbler then addresses everyone, telling them to have fun and enjoy themselves, while Ladybug comforts two kids crying about their parents, telling them that she'll save them, with the kids cheering her on. We cut to Adrian eating lunch alone. I mean, my god, does anybody in this house even give a shit about this boy's birthday? He's literally been alone all day. Can't somebody at least eat lunch with him? It's not that fucking hard. Anyways, he wonders where his father and Natalie are at, but he just shrugs it off and is about to leave, but then he finds his friends and the bubbler telling him they have a party all set up for him. At least somebody fucking cares that it's his birthday. But he goes back inside in shock when he realizes Nino is akumatized. Adrian wonders if he should transform into Cat Noir, but Plagg tells him to just enjoy his party and then help Nino. And yeah, I mean, he should. I mean, he hasn't gotten to do anything fun this whole day, so let him enjoy himself. And Adrian agrees and goes back down to enjoy his party. During the party, though, Adrian notices that everyone's kind of acting strange, and he tells Chloe about it, but with Chloe being Chloe, she pretty much tells him to just forget it, and she grabs him to slow dance. Ladybug sees them slow dance, and of course gets jealous, and she uses her lucky charm, and what does she get this time? A record. And she pretty much just uses it to change the music. And she notices she's about to change back, so she leaves and de-transforms on the sidewalk. So of course, you guys are probably wondering, how would nobody fucking see this girl transform back into Marinette? Well, there's no adults on the sidewalk, and I mean, if you're trying to, and she's out of view of Adrian's party, so nobody in there sees her. So, I mean, and probably not many people. I think if she de-transformed, she would be aware and she would be like, okay, is anybody around? And then would de-transform. I don't think she's going to fucking de-transform out in the sidewalk if she didn't know somebody was there. And pretty much after that, Tiki scolds her about using her lucky charm for, you know, her jealousy. And fair point, but Marinette tells her the bubbler isn't really going anywhere, and so she tells her she'll go get food for her so she can recharge and transform back into Ladybug. Marinette then enters the party to get Tiki food, but runs into Alia, who leads her inside to tell her she can sign her gift now. So at least she can fucking fix that issue. We then see the bubbler confront Ivan, voiced by Matt Mercer, and ask him why he isn't having any fun. He says none of his business, so he bubbles Ivan up into the sky, and Marinette notices this after she signs her gift, and she already told Alia to meet her outside, so she transforms off screen. She confronts the bubbler and unplugs everything in the party, and then a fight ensues with everyone running away in the process, including Adrien. Adrien then transforms into Cat Noir and enters the fight, but the bubbler traps them both in the bubble and demands their miraculous, but of course they refuse, telling him to free the adults, but he refuses. So he sends them into the sky, and this obviously upsets Hawkmoth because he wants their miraculous. Can't get them if they're all up in the sky and they might die.
I think I've been a complete idiot. Plan! Close out! Looks like I made it just in time.
I had it under control. But thanks.
Get their miraculouses. I want those powers now!
Ladybug tells Cat Noir to use his Cataclysm, and he does, freeing them. While they're falling, she tells them to throw a stick into the Eiffel Tower, and she throws her yo-yo on it so they can land. They reappear with the crowd cheering them on, which obviously upsets the bubbler, and he bubbles them all up into the sky, and a fight ensues on the Eiffel Tower, with Cat Noir noticing he's about to transform back, and he tells Ladybug, so she uses her lucky charm again, and what does she get this time? A wrench. She uses it on a pipe with an air in it, and hands it to Cat Noir to use against the bubbler. Once she sees an opening, she uses her yo-yo and grabs the bubble wand, breaking it, which releases the Akuma. She then purifies it and releases it. Then she uses her miraculous Ladybug and brings everybody back. Bubbler changes back into Nino, and they do their signature fist pump, and the day is saved.
Cat Noir, cover me!
Go on!
Get out of here, you nasty bug!
We then of course cut back to Hawkmoth giving his usual losing speech before closing his window.
You can't run forever, Ladybug. And when I catch you, I will crush you. I will destroy you both!
We then cut to Natalie, who's asked by Gabriel if his son liked his gift. She tells him she'll give it to him, and then we see Adrien eating dinner alone again. Because, of course he is. Because nobody in this house even bothers to give him a memorable, like a night, at least something to remember on his birthday. Only his friends. And just like Adrien said before, another birthday meal to remember. So Natalie hands Adrien Marinette's gift, but before, it doesn't have Marinette's signature on it because she took a note that had Marinette's signature on it off, so she gives it to Adrien saying it's from his father, which obviously gets Adrien happy, and Adrien tells her to say thank you to his father. We cut to Chloe mad that Sabrina failed to get Adrien a gift. Adrien then appears with the scarf Marinette gave him, but tells them it's from his father, and he and Nino make up, so that's good at least. The episode ends with Alia telling Marinette that she should tell Adrien that the gift was from her, but Marinette decides that she won't tell him because she saw how happy Adrien was about getting a gift from his dad, and they both walk to class, which honestly surprises me because, remember, the episode started with Marinette saying it was a Friday, and that'd be fine, but then Sabrina says there weren't adults yesterday to get her a gift, and now it's Saturday. It's implied that it's Saturday. So unless if they have school on a Saturday, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, they shouldn't be in school, but okay, if you take out Sabrina's line, I guess you can, just assume it's Monday. I'm going to give Season 1, Episode 2 of Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir 4 stars out of 5. We'll start with the negatives. The one major negative that I have with this episode is the bubbler himself. Now, I like his motivations, but I feel like his powers aren't really that good. All he can really do is blow bubbles, and it makes the fights not as engaging between him, Ladybug, and Cat Noir. As far as minor negatives, though, it's just a lack of screen time for Cat Noir, and I feel like there's a lack of humor in this episode as well. But those are just some minor gripes, and not ones that really bring down the episode for me. As for the positives, like I said before, I really like the bubbler's motivation in this episode. I also like the interactions between Adrien and Nino, and it helped build their relationship, and you really felt for Nino when he was akumatized. Just like in the last episode where we got to, get introduced into Marinette and Alia's friendship, we got to see Adrien and Nino's friendship in this episode, so it was really great to see that. This time around, Adrien got a lot more screen time, which is, thank God, because in the last episode, one of my minor gripes was that Adrien had, a lack of screen time in there. So thankfully that was improved upon in this one, and this is very much an Adrien-centric episode, and I really enjoyed him in this episode. I really felt for him. He was great. I also found Marinette's subplot to be much better than it was in the previous episode. Unlike the last episode where it really wasn't engaging or interesting, in this one it was actually much more entertaining, and it was a good tie into the main plot, so it actually was interesting to see Marinette out of costume and, do her little subplot when she was around. I also think Hawkmoth had better screen time in this one. Even though he doesn't get a lot of screen time in these Season 1 episodes, I think he was much more better and entertaining in this one than in the last one. Last one I felt like he didn't really have much range and much to do, but in this one he's actually pretty entertaining, and I actually really liked his presence in this episode. Overall, guys, this is an episode that I would definitely recommend to fans and newcomers to the show. It's not one I'll rewatch all the time, but it's definitely one that I'll watch every now and again. I don't think it's as bad as people says it is, but I can see why people may not like this episode. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please give it a like if you did. Comment down below your thoughts on the episode. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? I really love to get your stance on the episode, so please give me, your thoughts on it down in the comment section. And subscribe for more Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir reviews like this, or if you're just interested in any of my other content. I also have links to both my Facebook page, where I keep updates on both my channels, have polls for future videos, and where we can have discussions about, stuff that we talk about on both of my channels. And my Twitch, where I hope to possibly live stream in the future. In my next video, I will either continue my Let's Play of LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 or Spider-Man from 2018. So if you're interested in that, be on the lookout. And thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, peace out.
In the daytime,